entities in the UAE and Oman, and Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and so on. More recently, we have really invested globally in developing what we call a global hydrogen industry team. And the global element of that is really important. The team is led by myself here in Abu Dhabi, in the UAE, and has grown to include over 30 partners worldwide, over 50 lawyers. And they're located in all the regions where green hydrogen and blue hydrogen and derivatives like ammonia and so on are going to be produced, but also in the places where they're going to be used. So we have partners here in the UAE, obviously, in Saudi. Then if we sort of look to Europe, we have the UK, France, Germany, Italy, North America, where we're headquartered, as well as Latin America, Japan, Korea, Singapore. And the importance of that can't be understated, because in order to develop a project here in the region, in which you want to sell green hydrogen or green ammonia to Germany, Japan, and Korea, you need to understand those markets, not only in terms of what's happening with the off-takers and the lenders and investors and so on, but also from a regulatory point of view. Because if you want to structure a project that makes sense here in the region, you need to ensure that it's configured in such a way that the product you produce is going to be acceptable as green hydrogen or green ammonia, or that the carbon is going to be acceptably low for stored and treated properly from the point of view of being blue hydrogen or blue ammonia. Otherwise, you run the risk of starting off on a project and investing in a project that produces a product that doesn't achieve the returns you want because it's not satisfactory to the customers who are going to purchase it. And that needs to be looked at not only in terms of where the market is today and what customers are asking for today, but what we expect them to be asking for 5, 10, 15 years out. And that's critical not only from an investment point of view, but it's critical from a sustainability point of view. And because we got involved in Peter's project quite early and subsequently many other projects around the world, we have had the opportunity to be learning about those things over a period of years now, mapping different sorts of regulatory regimes, different sorts of projects, and ensuring that the projects are essentially future-proof against regulatory risk, which is really essential all the way up to the initial engineering concepts of a project. Some examples of our experience, obviously we have the NEON project in Saudi Arabia with Aqua Power and Air Products. This is the largest green ammonia project in the world to actually start construction, and it's heading into the project finance market very soon. It's a fantastic project because of its sponsor team, all of which are very large, very credible entities, because it has an off-taker, which is a rare thing in scaled-up green hydrogen projects. In fact, this is the only scaled-up green hydrogen project to have an off-taker who has publicly committed to off-take the entirety of the production, which underpins the business case and, of course, the bankability. We're also advising ADNOC here in the UAE on its blue ammonia joint venture with OCI, which will be the largest blue hydrogen project in the world. We're also advising the two largest green hydrogen projects in the USA. One is a electrolysis project in West Texas. The other is a turquoise hydrogen project in Nebraska. It's a $1.6 billion project producing green hydrogen from natural gas. And the reason why it's significant, of course, is that the technology allows for that production to occur without any emissions, because the carbon element forms a solid, and that solid can be used as a product in its own right. We're advising the Department of Energy in the USA on that as a lender. We're also drafting the world's first end-to-end hydrogen legislation for a government entity. And on the grey hydrogen side, we've just successfully closed Aqua Power and Air Products deal with Aramco, the world's largest grey hydrogen facility in Jazan in Saudi Arabia. So what you see is a range of projects, a number of them in the region, but also internationally, at different sizes, different scales, different colours of hydrogen, which have allowed us to develop experience right across the board. And in doing so, we bring in the ability of our international network to help us structure those projects from a regulatory point of view, from a market point of view, and from a bankability point of view. As a result of all of this, we've also positioned ourselves as thought leaders in the space. Shearman and Sterling has been publishing a range of articles, doing webinars, bringing people together as thought leaders to talk about what's happening in the hydrogen space, but also energy innovation more generally. We have an energy innovation group which focuses on hydrogen, but also carbon capture and storage, energy storage, i.e. batteries, in green industries such as green steel. And as part of that, we've been advising on many different aspects that are really important to understanding the overall ecosystem of green hydrogen and ammonia going forward for this region. For example, understanding the way in which Europe is going to accept imports from this region under the carbon border adjustment mechanism, understanding how that interacts with RED II and the European regulation about what it means to be green hydrogen and ammonia, understanding how all that interacts with ETS. And when you're speaking to customers in Europe, or developers in Europe, or investors in Europe, all of that is essential. What we try to do is not only advise clients on it, but also give back by participating in forums such as this and contributing knowledge to it, but also being out there and showing that we really know what we're talking about when it comes to this stuff. So thank you very much. Look forward to speaking to you later.